What's up? It's your girl, Mika Chanel. I'm back with another episode of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. So this week, tonight, not just this week, because I'm going to do 2 shows this week, but today I will be reviewing Hollywood Exes Season 2, Episode 2. This episode starts off with Nicole. So I thought the first episode left off with Nicole finding out her father passed away. But that was actually a preview. I was getting it mixed up. So I had the preview mixed up with the actual show. So the show did not end last week with her finding out about her father. It started this week with her finding out about her father passing away of cancer. It was really sad. She said that he was at her home like 4 months before he died, telling her that he had gotten the diagnosis and that the doctor said he had like 6 months to live. But you know, sometimes you hear that and you don't always believe it. But I mean, in his case, he only lived another 4.5 months after the diagnosis. So that was really really sad. But they showed her they showed her calling Jessica first to tell Jessica about her father passing away, and just kind of talking about it, and that's where you get the backstory about when she found out he had cancer and all of that. And then they show her going up to, I believe, is it Sacramento? I can't remember, but she's from I think it's north of LA is where she's from. But anyway, so she goes and you see her with her family, and I didn't realize she was mixed. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just didn't realize it. I don't know why. I just never realized it. But and then her brothers and her sister-in-laws were there, her mother. They seem to be handling it very well. And what I thought was really special about her dad is that he had planned it out and he had let them know that he did not want a traditional funeral. He wanted more of a homegoing celebration. So he wanted them to celebrate his life, and he didn't want anybody to be sad. So they decided to do a celebration of life and include karaoke, because I guess he was like a really big karaoke guy or whatever. So I thought that was a very special way to honor her dad, on top of him being cremated and spread in the ocean, which is another one of his requests. I think it's great when people can plan what they want in the afterlife and have their families actually respect it. Because sometimes you can plan all you want, and if your family doesn't want you to be cremated, at the end of the day, if you don't have it written down, they can do whatever they want to do. So I think it's great that the family is honoring what he wanted, and there didn't seem to be any division within the family of what they wanted to do. So I just wanted to open up with that, because it well, first of all, that's how the show opened up, but I wanted to put my 2 cents in on how her family reacted to everything, just because I've been through personally, and I've seen how families react when a loved one dies, and it's not always that peaceful, trust me. So I thought that was really cute. Then we move on to Maite and Jessica having lunch. Now, I guess they made up, because last season they got into a fight, like a serious fight, and glasses were thrown and broken or whatever, because Maite had I think I talked about it in my last video, where she really wanted to have another child because her other child had passed away and she's looking into adoption or whatever. So last season it came out that Jessica had an abortion, and it really upset Maite that Jessica was talking about it, and she felt Jessica was being very cavalier, I guess, about it. And so that was what they had got into it about. And so it was nice to see them having lunch together and see that they had decided to put bygones. That's what I really like about this group of women, is that they can disagree, and they may get into a little spat, they may throw a glass of wine at somebody, but they can bring it back in, apologize, and move on, and not let it drag out for 5-6 seasons, But so anyway, so they're having lunch, and Maite is talking to Jessica about the adoption and telling her how excited she is. So Jessica, being Jessica, the person that she is, she's very, like I said, naive, and she kind of says things and she doesn't mean it in a malicious way, but she doesn't also think that it's going to offend the other person. So she doesn't have a filter, I guess is a short way to say what I tried to say the long way. She doesn't have a filter. So anyway, she's telling my take, she's like, well, are you ready to be a single mother? There's so much that goes into being a single mother, which is true. I've never been a single mother, but I can only imagine that, you know, how much harder it is being a single mother than being someone that's married like myself, or just having someone at home to help you. But she just starts like trying to scare the poor girl. She's like, do you know lunch is $20 a day? Lunch is $20 a day, California. My daughter will be taking her lunch every day. I thought I was complaining about $2.50 a day. She's talking about $20 a day. Anyways, so she's like, lunch is $20 a day, and she's like, you know, you have to be everything to them. You know, do you have help? Do you have enough money? Like, she was just going in on my tape for no reason. And it started out that it seemed like she was coming from a good place, because she gave Maite a book that is like, you know, what to expect being a single parent, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's kind of nice from one single parent to another, giving her a book that would help her. But if she would have stopped at the book, it would have been better. But she just kept going on and on and on about how hard it is, and how, you know, not even just saying how hard it was more so of her just asking her, do you have any money? Like, do you have enough money to raise a kid? Like, do you have this? It's like, if you want to be a friend, you just kind of support them, you know, and then if they come to you with advice, then you give them your advice. Don't give out your advice unless you have a YouTube channel. Don't give out your advice when people don't want it. It's just tacky. It'll cause a rift between you and your friends, which I think it might be causing with Maite and Jessica. I just think, I don't know, Jessica was just really, really tripping. She's just really tripping. So the next scene it's not like a really big scene. I just thought it was funny because I really like Drea. So Drea and her assistant, I don't know what his name is, Tony or something like that. They went out, looked like they were having just cocktails or something. And she was what was she was saying, because she's been having ankle problems, and you know, she's a choreographer and she has her own dance company, so being a choreographer and having an ankle problem and foot problems is not a good thing. So she was just talking about that and talking about how she needs to get it going because so many people are depending on her. And so then her assistant is like, you know, it's called getting old, and she was like, I'm not getting old. He's talking about, telling her she had like arthritis and all kind of stuff. She's like, I am not 50. I'm not getting old. And then she like, and these are definitely not all, like pointing to her perky boobs that are clearly fake, which she admits that they're fake, but she's like, and these are definitely not all. So I just thought that was hilarious that she said that, because truth be told, I wish I had some implants. I mean, I have enough real ones of my own, but they're not nipples high pointing to the sky, you know what I mean? So anyways, let's move on from that. That was funny though. But she was saying that she started the dance company because first of all, she was a choreographer for R. Kelly. I guess that's how they, you know, their love affair started and in their marriage or whatever. But she was just saying how, you know, it would be really easy for her to just sit back and just be R. Kelly's ex-wife, as opposed to going out and trying to have a career of her own. But she was saying it's very important to her to be able to show her kids that she doesn't want to be telling her kids, well, you need to follow your dreams, you can do whatever you want to do, and then her kids know that she has this dream and she didn't follow it, so she didn't want to be a hypocrite. So yeah, so that's why she decided to not just sit back and collect her alimony checks, which if women want to do that, that's perfectly fine too, in my opinion, because hey, you worked hard for it, you were married to that asshole, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your life. Anyways, moving on, back to Nicole. Nicole is and her mom are in the kitchen. It's so funny. Her and her mom are in the kitchen, and they were like going through like yearbook pictures of her dad, like finding pictures to have at the homegoing celebration. So her mom, they were talking about something about her being 80, because she had like 80th birthday recently. And so her mom was like, her mom was saying something about, let me tell you this funny story. So I guess it was some kind of mail order medical thing where you can send your poop, like literally P-O-O-P, poop through mail. And they'll tell you if you have some kind of disease or some sickness or something. So her mom was like, she puts the poop in the envelope, seals it up, takes it out into the garage, and was planning to mail it and forgot to mail it. And when she walked by, I guess one day, weeks later, she saw it was there, so she mailed it, and then she sent it off, and they were like, her poop is too old. I don't know if y'all find that funny, but I found it hilarious because she's 80 and it's whatever. Y'all get it. Roll it back, rewind it, listen to it again if you didn't laugh. I think it's funny, and I'm cracking myself up. Anyway, so let's move on. Mayte and Drea go shopping at another boutique. LA must be full of boutiques. Do they not have a mall in LA? Anyway, so Mayte just starts telling, I need a drink. Mayte just starts telling Drea about her lunch with Jessica and telling her all the stuff that Jessica said about, you know, being a single mother and everything. And Drea is like, you know what, hold up. This is so disturbing that she would say something like that to you, and just for people to keep saying, oh, that's just Jessica, that's just how she is. Drea's like, you know, I'm not going for that. She needs to have a filter, or she needs to not get upset if someone says something back to her. So because Drea feels like the beef with Drea and Jessica, I guess, is something that Jessica said about Drea on Twitter about her having fake boobs and fake hair. Because I think Drea may have called Jessica fake or something like that. So then it was some things, I guess, said off of Twitter and just some back and forth, and Jessica refuses to apologize. So that's why Drea's still upset. So, you know, Drea's going off in the boutique to Mayte about, you know, how people are just letting Jessica get away with saying things and just saying, oh, well, that's just how she is. That's just how she is. So Drea was just telling Mayte that she just feels like Jessica was throwing shade at her, and she does it in a passive aggressive way, in a way that makes you think she's trying to be helpful, but she's really not. My opinion is that she is trying to be helpful, Jessica. She's just she just has no filter. She doesn't know how to express herself in a way that won't offend others if she has something a little offensive to say. Or sometimes it's not even that she has things offensive to say, it's just the way she says them. She just needs to take a communications class or something like that and learn how to talk to people. Anyways, let's move on. I was going to talk about Nicole going to her old neighborhood, but it wasn't really much. It was just she took a drive through her old neighborhood with her mother and her brother, and they went to see, you know, where they grew up until I think she was like 17 or 18 when they moved away from there. They grew up basically poor, and they were just talking about how they didn't realize they were poor, and how, you know, her kids are growing up totally different than the way she grew up. And I thought it was really cute that she went to her old apartment and she was in the parking lot, and she saw a little girl coming out of the apartment that she lived in when she was little, and she called the little girl over to the car, and the little girl just happened to live in that same apartment and happened to have her own room. So I thought that was cute. I don't know why, I just thought it was cute. So let's move on to Jessica. She's cooking dinner for her daughter. Her daughter recently had a birthday, so she's cooking like a little mini birthday dinner, and her daughter wanted to invite her dad, Jose Canseco, over. So Jose comes over for dinner. While she's cooking dinner, they decide to, some of her merchandise came in because she has a new clothing line. And her clothing line, like the clothes are going to be made out of mesh and titanium, and they're like retailing for like $5,000 to $9,000. And she's like, well, you know, this is for your Beverly Hills mom, this isn't for your Arkansas mom or Tennessee mom or something like that, she said. I'm like, yeah, who's walking around with a $5,000 dress? Nobody I know. Anyways, so she takes them in to see some of her, you know, clothing items that she has, and she's like, yeah, Josie's gonna model some of this for me. And as soon as Jose sees these outfits, he's like, she's not modeling any of this. And then Jessica's like, no, not the clothes, she's gonna just model the jewelry. So So Jessica decides to try one of these outfits on, and her daughter is like, are you going to put anything on under that? And she's like, well, if I was going out, I would, but just to try it on right now, I'm not. And she's like, great, everybody's going to see my... Okay, so clearly I need some more camera skills because I didn't realize my camera was running out of energy. Let me grab my notes. So it just cut me off in the middle of talking about Jessica and her dress. So anyways, I think I left off with her going in to put on this like see-through dress, and her daughter is sitting there, you know, looking like she is just so embarrassed, like everybody's gonna see my mom naked. And you know, she comes out in this dress, and she does look really, really good in this dress, and it's like all see-through. She's got on a thong, but like you can see everything else. It leaves nothing to the imagination. Jose's sitting there drooling at the mouth. Her daughter's just freaking out. She's so embarrassed, but it was really, the outfit was cute, and she has a bad body. So hey, if you can wear it, wear it. That's all I got to say. So they go out and they have dinner. So they go out and they have dinner or whatever, and out into the dining room. They didn't go out and have dinner because Jessica was cooking dinner. I'm all flustered now that I had to plug in my camera. Anyway, so Jessica was cooking dinner. So they go out and they have dinner, and Josie's telling her dad about the new guy that she's liking in school. He plays football. He's a running back, and her dad's like, you know, the running backs are usually shorter and they're usually black. He was like, are you like your mom? And so she's like, yeah, he's black. So apparently Jessica and her daughter Josie are down with the swirl, which is okay. Hey, to each his own. Do what you gotta do. Love who you love. But so Jose, like, he's talking to his daughter about, you know, being in love and telling her, you know, you'll know when it's true love. The true love, it hurts forever. And clearly he's aiming that at Jessica, not his daughter, because he also said that the happiest he'd ever been was when he was married to Jessica. But if that was the happiest you've ever been, then why did you cheat and mess up the marriage? You guys could still be happily married now if that was the case. So clearly there was some kind of disconnect there. But anyways, so Sheree, Mai Tai, and Drea go out and they have dinner, and they're just sitting there talking, and Drea just kind of discusses, you know, her beef with Jessica and just feeling like Jessica can dish it and she can't take it and things like that. And so Sheree tells her that maybe she should try to talk to Jessica, because maybe Jessica doesn't realize it, and maybe Drea can offer some advice to Jessica on how to deal with certain situations, because clearly Jessica needs some kind of communication classes. She doesn't have a filter. I don't think she's being malicious. I think she just says whatever she's thinking, and you know you can't say whatever you're thinking all the time, even if you don't mean, even if you're not trying to be mean, you still need to word things in a way that won't offend someone else if you're really not trying to offend them, is what I'm trying to say. So she just basically, she needs a filter. So Sheree feels like Drea is the one that can talk to Jessica and get Jessica, give her a different perspective on how everyone else is feeling about her. So then they go back to Jessica and Josie and Jose, and I guess Jose beats up Jessica's ex-boyfriend. Because they were talking about a couple of boyfriends that he beat up and just basically ran away. So I'm like, Jessica, you've been letting this man, you know, basically come in and out of your life and run your life. Run people out of your life and things like that, and he hasn't even made any kind of commitment to you since you guys got divorced. So clearly they are in love, and I think it might be cute. I think they look cute together, and all three of them as a family, they really do. Like, they look cute together. So I look forward to seeing what's going to happen with them this season. Who knows? You never know which way love is going to swing. So after that, all of the ladies go shopping because Nicole is back in town. She's like, she needs some retail therapy. So they all meet at her favorite boutique. again, I don't think, does LA have a mall that these ladies go to? I guess they just really like boutiques. There's not a lot of boutiques where I come from, so I tend to go to the mall, but they like to go to boutiques. And anyway, so while they're at the boutique shopping, trying on shoes and things, it's a little awkward. Jessica says that as soon as she walks in, she could feel some tension coming from Drea. And so Drea pulls Jessica to the side and just to talk to her. So Drea tells Jessica how she feels about, you know, things that she says about people, and even if she doesn't mean it maliciously, you know, if you say something to someone, then you need to accept what they say back to you or whatever. So Jessica, you know, is like, that's just me. I'm really sorry. I am not trying to offend you. And if I did offend you, you know, it wasn't meant in that way. And so they, you know, they talked about it. They went back and forth. Now, ladies, this is how you resolve conflict. There is no bitch. What the fuck? I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat you up every time I see you. I'm beating you down. All of that mess. We don't need all of that mess. You know, you can say what you have to say. Let the person say what they have to say. Even if it gets a little heated, you can keep it. You should have enough self-control to calm yourself down and not embarrass yourself and everyone else around you in a store, in a restaurant, wherever you may be. It doesn't have to come to that. You can talk out your issues, and I think that this was really a good this was really good to see on TV, especially because leading up to it, Drea really seemed like she was, you know, she was really, really upset about what happened and what Jessica had said. So for her to be able to control herself, I loved it that we saw that on TV, because you don't see that often in reality shows. So it's good to see that, you know, and that's why I like these ladies, because they are able to, they're classy, you know, they might not get along all the time. And I know there was an episode last season where somebody threw a glass and some wine was thrown on someone. But I mean, everybody loses their temper, but in general, these ladies seem to be able to talk it out, work it out, and move on. So the episode ends with Mayte getting a call from her lawyer saying that the adoption is done, is set. And she's like, do I need to have her sign anything? And her lawyer is basically on the other end saying, no, it's done. You have a baby girl. And she's so excited. Her mom is there, so she goes to tell her mom what her lawyer had just told her. And her mom says that she is against adoption, but if this is something that's going to make Mayte happy and she wants her daughter to be happy, so she's going to support her daughter. So I was really, really excited that was the resolution, that was the outcome of their situation, because like Jessica said earlier in the episode, Mayte is going to be a single mother, and she's going to need help from her mother and, you know, whatever family she has. So I'm happy that her mom had a change of heart and decided to support her in adopting her new daughter. And it was just really cute to end this episode on that note. So next week, it looks like Mayte is going to get her daughter, and she's going to introduce her daughter to the rest of the ladies. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I don't really remember what else happens next week. I was a little tired while I was watching this. So but I really enjoy this group of women, and I look forward to the rest of the season. So that's it for me for today, but stay tuned and look out for another episode on R&B Divas LA. Comes on Wednesday night, so I will be video blogging about it probably on Thursday, so look out for that. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Have a great week. And stay tuned. Bye-bye.